Imagine a school not on Earth, but floating somewhere in the galaxy, where children from all corners of the universe come together to learn. In this school, taught by instructor Sabal, there are students with tentacles, wings, scales, and even two heads. It's a melting pot of cultures and species, a place to learn not just about math or science, but about each other. Now let's talk about Julie. She's the first human ever to attend this school. You see, Julie comes from Earth, a planet that everyone in the galaxy refers to as a death world, a place surrounded by legends of dangerous creatures and uninhabitable conditions. Because of this, Julie finds herself isolated. She eats her lunch alone in dark corners, while the other students look at her with suspicion. She tries to fit in, but no one wants to get close to someone from such a mysterious and dangerous place. Instructor Sabal, watching all of this unfold, knows that something needs to be done. His class has always been one of unity, but Julie's presence has disrupted the balance. That's when he comes up with a plan. He will assign a project to help the students bond over the dangers of their home planets. His goal is to show them that every world has its risks and that Earth might not be so different after all. Sabal announces the project. Each student must create a video presentation about the perils of their home planet. He believes that by sharing these dangers, the students will realize they are more alike than they think. The day of the presentations arrives, and Julie waits nervously for her turn. The first group to present is from a planet called Barry. 3 students take the stage with excitement, ready to show off the dangers of their world. They present a video of a small furry creature with a bushy tail. It looks harmless at first, but then it hisses and slashes at a piece of cloth, revealing sharp claws. The class gasps in fear as the students explain how deadly this creature is. But Julie, she's confused. "Isn't that just a house cat?" she asks innocently. The room goes silent. Some students laugh, others look annoyed. Even instructor Sable has to hide a smile. "No, Julie," he says. "That's a dangerous beast on Barry. You wouldn't want it anywhere near you." Julie sits back down, still confused. Next, the second group takes the stage. Their presentation is dramatic, with music and suspense building up. They talk about a creature they call Death from the Skies, a terrifying beast that swoops down to attack with its sharp beak and talons. The video shows a brightly colored bird cracking open a seed with a loud snap. The class reacts with horror. "Imagine if that had been a finger," the presenter says. The tension in the room is high, but once again, Julie can't help herself. "That looks just like a parakeet," she blurts out. This time the class is not amused. Murmurs of frustration and disbelief spread through the room. Julie sinks lower in her seat, realizing she's just made things worse. Finally, it's Julie's turn. Nervously, she walks to the front of the class. She begins, "My home is Earth, and while you may have heard of it as a death world, I'm here to show you just how dangerous it really is." The screen lights up with an image of a small, stocky animal in a snowy landscape. The class watches as it suddenly bursts out of the ground, sending snow flying. The creature snarls, and Julie pauses the video. "This is a wolverine," she explains. "It's one of the most fearless animals on Earth, and will attack creatures much larger than itself." The class stares in shock, but one student raises a hand. "What's that white stuff?" he asks, pointing at the snow. Julie blinks, confused. "You mean snow? It's frozen rain." Another gasp spreads through the room. "Your rain freezes in the air?" Julie nods. "Yeah, depending on where you are, it snows for part of the year." The room is silent. Julie continues, showing a clip of a wolverine squaring off against a grizzly bear. The class screams in fear. "What is that?" one student shouts. "That's a bear," Julie replies, smiling slightly. "They're all over my planet." By now the students are shaking in their seats, and even instructor Sabal is looking pale. "How are you even alive?" a student whispers. Julie presses on. She shows a clip of Earth's oceans with calm, clear waters. The class relaxes a bit, until suddenly a great white shark appears on screen, attacking a seal. Blood fills the water, and the class erupts in horror. Instructor Sabal finally has enough. "Stop!" he yells. "Please stop!" But Julie isn't finished. "You haven't even seen the worst of it yet. Earth has crocodiles, snakes, scorpions, spiders, And then there are the vampire bats, which will drink your blood. Sabal, visibly shaken, asks, "How did your people survive?" Julie looks around the room and says calmly, "Because the most dangerous creature on Earth is humans." Julie walks back to her seat, expecting to spend the rest of her school days in isolation. She knows she's just made herself even more of an outcast. But as lunch approaches, something unexpected happens. Duat, the seal-like alien who was most terrified by the shark scene, approaches her. "That was incredible," he says, sitting next to her. "Have you ever seen a shark in real life?" Julie, still shocked, smiles and replies, "Yeah, once. I caught one while fishing with my uncle. It wasn't as big as the one in the video, though." Soon more students gather around, asking questions about Earth's dangers. Julie is no longer the outcast. She's suddenly the most popular kid in school. As the lunch period ends, Julie walks back to class surrounded by her new friends, all eager to learn more about her Deathworld. In the end, Instructor Sabal's plan worked, even though it didn't go exactly as expected. Julie went from being the outcast to the most popular kid in class, all because she showed her classmates the real dangers of Earth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story from Everyday Sci-Fi Stories. See you next time.